Probably. Maybe didn't stay in the box to be a good distraction.
That's going to get down, but.
Hurry, Calvin! Good job, Calb. Good job, Hen.
Hey, baby, Calb. Good job, Hen. Let's go, Preston. All right, folks, we're live. Sorry for the delay. IT department got us hooked up, so thank you, IT department. Henry just got a little bloop single that drove in 2. Pirates have 4 runs on the board here in the top half of the first inning. There's 2 outs. Preston, a.k.a. the Lumberjack, is up to bat. Henry gets his lead. He takes off. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a strike. Good throw by the catcher. Henry slides through the base. It's slip and slide out there today, folks. There's a light mist in the air. That light mist has made its way down to the turf, and these boys are sliding all over the place. So Preston is behind in the count, 0-1. Still got his yellow and black camo arm sleeve. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball 1. So on most left-handed hit, well, these days there's a lot of right-handed throwers that hit left-handed. So that's what Preston is. He's actually wearing his arm sleeve on the correct arm, folks. He throws right-handed, hits left-handed, wears his arm sleeve on his throwing arm to keep it warm, I'm thinking. Here's the pitch. It's not a fashion statement by any means. 2-1 count here. That last pitch was in the dirt.
Sunshine and lemon.
It's a late night here, but you know what they say about the nights in Texas. The stars at night, that's fouled off for strike 2. Stars at night are big and bright deep in the heart of Texas. I don't see any stars, probably because there's clouds everywhere. But we are deep in the heart of Texas. So 2-2 count here, 2 outs, runner on second base, 4 runs on the board. Here's the pitch. That is right on the outside corner for called strike 3. So the Pirates score 4 runs on 2 hits. They leave 1 man stranded. We head into the bottom half of the first inning. Pirates 4, other team 0. Sorry, folks. I think this other team's name is Legacy. They're looking to leave one. Yep, Legacy is the team name. They've got Astros colors. So it kind of looks like the Astros and the Pirates are playing a Major League game, except for there's 11-year-olds playing on an all-turf field with relatively poor lighting. Other than that, it looks just like a Major League game.
I'm not going to leave right now because Henry's about to finish.
All right, we'll go through the defensive lineup for the Pirates. Henry is on the mound. Clint's behind the plate. Preston's at first. Kelby's at second. Brenner's at short. Ty's at third. Will's out in the left. Parker's in center. And Luke is in right. So we'll go through that again at some point. I don't know. Maybe not. Well, if you didn't join us for the first game, we won. It was exciting. Probably the most exciting thing of that game was the 6-4-3 double play. We have not seen one of those here on KNOW, your home for Pirates baseball. We haven't seen one because the boys have not turned a 6-4-3 double play. They also haven't turned a 4-6-3 double play or a 5-4-3 double play or a 3-6-1 double play. That if they ever turn a 3-6-1 double play, I'm going to take them out to ice cream. So that will be amazing if they can do that. If you don't know what that is, I don't know, Google it, figure it out. We're not here to explain that to you. All right, we're about to start the action, folks. So we had a point of clarification from the last game. I told the viewing audience that Coach Ben had promised the boys either pizza or ice cream for that 6-4-3 double play. Turns out he has promised them something, but it's not pizza or ice cream, so that is yet to be revealed. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but it's going to be cool. All right, here we go, folks. Henry toes the rubber. He looks in, gets the sign. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt for ball 1.
Let's go, man. Have some fun out there, 10.
Henry's really slowed down his approach on the mound. He takes his time. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 1. So 1-1 count here to the leadoff hitter for Legacy. They're looking to leave one. I think that's their tagline, Legacy. We're looking to leave one. Henry comes set. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 2, right on the inside corner. Henry's throwing some heat. I don't know how hard he's throwing. My internal clock says about 58. Sometimes I'm a mile or 2 per hour off. Here's the pitch. That is outside for ball 2.
We do first and final line. We do a spot. We do a spot too. How do you
2-2.
They just get to go to the front every time. The winner.
Okay.
Here's the pitch.
Woo!
That one looked good, but a little bit low for ball 3. So full count.
Quality pitch, bud. Let's go.
Full count to this leadoff hitter. Good at bat by the leadoff hitter. She's a girl. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Job, Hen.
So Henry comes back and gets the strikeout. And we think that was the equivalent to 99. 58 at 45 feet is pretty fast. I don't think they're actually at 45 feet. I think they may be at 50 feet now. Here's the pitch. That got him. Right on the hip.
Probably wet.
All right, 1 out, runner on first base. Henry takes a look at the runner on first. He has a nice, easy throw over there, just letting him know that he's looking.
And we ended up, they were in a bidding war, so we called both of them.
Go, man.
That pitch is outside for ball 1. All right, Henry takes a look over at the runner on first. He comes set. Here's the pitch. That one's in the dirt for ball 2. So Henry is, he's got his work cut out for him here. He got 1 out, runner on first. 2-0 to this number 3 hole hitter for Legacy. That looked good, but inside for ball 3. So Henry's got a long way back to come. He's been sick all week. Finally started feeling better today. Went to school today for the first time all week. Hopefully that's not affecting him too much. Here's the pitch. That's chopper to third. Ty's going to make the play at second in time for the second out of the inning. Great play there by Ty. That was a chopper that he took a while to get to him, but he was able to field it, make a good throw to Kelby at second. Kelby hung in there. Kid slid in hard, but Kelby hung in there and got it for the second out. So 2 outs, runner on first base.
Go, Hen.
We got a lot of talk about the. Well, here, let's get through this pitch first. That pitch is in the dirt for ball one. Lots of talk about school carnivals going on right now, folks. My two younger kids had their school carnival last Friday. There's some siblings on the team that had their carnival this Friday, so they're a big deal here. That was in there for a strike, I guess. I don't know. I'm kind of confused with whether that was a ball or a strike. I think it was called a strike.
I think it was a ball.
I think it's 1-1. It might be 2-0. We're not sure here at KNOW. Your home for Pirates baseball.
Go hand, right here, babe.
So, you know, the only thing better than playing baseball at 8:30 on a Friday night is practicing baseball at 8:30 on a Friday night. Here's the pitch. That is in there for strike two.
One more hand right
1-2 count.
One more, bud.
Henry comes set.
And they have that.
He throws over to first. He's not using his good move to go to first. His move's not quite as good as Ty's. So he's got a pretty good move. Not as good as Ty's, but still good. But that was not it. The base runner doesn't have a big lead, though, so no need to use it. Here's the pitch. That's hit. Changeup hit softly to Brenner at short. He fields it, makes the play to Kelby at second base for the third out. So the Pirates don't retire him in order, but the only thing they gave up was a hit by a pitch. Legacy does not leave one that inning. They score no runs on no hits. They leave nobody stranded, actually, because the base runner got thrown out for the third out of the inning. We're heading into the bottom of the second inning. Pirates 4, Legacy 0. Well, we've changed fields, so if you were with us earlier, the view was much better on the camera from up high. We were on a different field where it was easy to put the camera right on the screen from an elevated position. Now we're on a different field. This is actually the field that the boys practice on Tuesday nights. But we can't have the camera up high because the screen will be in the way. So the camera's down low. We're on a tripod. View's not as good, so I'm going to have to give a good description of what's happening out here. Well, folks, unfortunately for all of you viewers, my wife, my lovely wife, called the first, I think, two hitters of the game. I had to go run to the concession stand and get my daughter a water, and my wife called the first two hitters of the game. Unfortunately, we weren't streaming, so she was talking to no one, which is what I might be doing right now. I'm not sure how many of you are out there. My phone died, so I can't even check to see how many people are watching. I hope there's a lot of folks watching. But if there's not, it'll be on YouTube. Someone can watch it later. All right, we're live, so people are on. They're watching. I'm glad they are. Same pitcher back out on the mound for Legacy. Defensively, they got a new third baseman. That's really all I paid attention to, honestly. If I'm being honest. They all look the same because they're wearing the same uniform, you know? Kids are hard enough to tell apart. All right, here we go, folks. Dash is leading us off in the top half of the second inning. He hit the ball hard twice last game. All right, boys getting in trouble for being up on the rail of the dugout. Now we're going into it. Pitcher's working out of the windup. That's upstairs for ball one. This pitcher's throwing pretty hard too. That's good. The Pirates, I think they can hit hard throwing righties pretty well. I don't think we ever faced a hard throwing lefty, so I can't speak to that. Here's the pitch. That is a breaking ball that was called a strike. Must have broke back over the middle of the plate. I don't know. Looked inside from where I'm sitting, but I'm sitting up third base line this time. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs. Ball two. Dash got a 2-1 count here. Looking to hit something in the gap. There's a big hole up the middle. Here's the pitch. That is behind Dash for ball three.
I was just cracking up. I'm like, here he is announcing to our entire school. I told him, you remember who your real people are.
Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt for ball four. So Dash learns the leadoff walk. You know what we say here about leadoff. What we say here at KNOW about leadoff walks. They'll kill you. We're going to be looking for Dash to score. Brings up Clint. Looks like Clint got a new bat. I don't know anything about it, but it looks awesome. Dash takes off. That is down low, gets past the catcher. That's Dash's 27th stolen base on the season.
Toby and Henry off the rail.
All right, so they can have their arms on the rail. They can't sit on the rail. Here's the up. Clint squares around a bunt. It was a fake bunt. I think he was trying to draw the third baseman in. Dash probably had a delayed steal. If the third baseman crashed, he was going to steal. But the third baseman did not crash. I don't know by design or if just he wasn't paying attention. We'll never know. That pitch is gone. Here's the pitch. Clint does not square around a bunt. Catches it right in the foot. That doesn't feel good. I think it missed his ankle. He's trying to run. That hurts real bad. That hit him right in the heel. I don't think it got him in the ankle. If it got him in the ankle, I'll tell you what, folks, it hurts to get hit in the ankle by a baseball.
Guys, support your team. Or are they switching pitchers?
All right, folks, we got a new pitcher. Clint's going to get a break. He's catching, so he's going to get a pinch runner. You know what, folks? Clint did not cry on that hit by pitch, so he's still on the team. In case you weren't with us in the first game, if you weren't with us in the first game, Coach Ben told these boys at practice last week or this week that if they get hit by a pitch and they cry, they're off the team. Clint did not cry. He's still on the team.
He's making up lies.
Henry's pinch running for Clint. New pitcher here for Legacy. Well, folks, if you have not been able to tell from the video, this Legacy team has two girls playing for it, which I'm fully supportive of. The girls are good. They're hanging with these boys. One of them is playing catcher, and I'll tell you what, she's got an arm. And not just for a girl. Like, she has an arm. Legitimate has an arm. So, anyway, Parker's up. Runners on first and second. Parker squares around a bunt, and he gets hit on the elbow. He does not cry, so he is also not going to get kicked off the team. So bases loaded. Nobody out. That brings up Ty, the hit guy. Ty's got his body armor on, so if he gets hit, it's not going to hurt. There's a balk. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs for ball one.
Okay, the June bugs are absent.
Low count. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Dash is on third. Henry's on second. Here's the pitch. Ty fouls that one back. And Parker's on first. So Dash on third, Henry on second, Parker on first. Ty at the plate. He's looking to clear the bases. He did. It was not an in the park home run. I don't really know what to call it, but I think the official score here at KNOW was a single with a 3-base error, but he did round him on a pitch. That one's in the dirt. Screen is really short on this field. Gets to the screen, but Dash does not advance. Very good decision there by Dash. I think they probably would have got him. So.
I mean, a teacher does ours, so all I do is communicate.
2-1 count here. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs. Ball 3. So this pitcher's going to have to put one in the zone. Ty is looking to hit. I can tell you right now, folks, Ty does not want to walk. So if there is anything close, he will be swinging. Still a giant hole at the middle. Second baseman's playing way over towards first base. Here's the pitch. Ty hits that one hard to the shortstop. He fields it and gets the out at second base, but that's it. So Dash scores. Ty gets the RBI on the fielder's choice, and Henry moves up to third base. Good play there by the shortstop and the second baseman. Second baseman was way over towards first base. She was able to make her way to second in time. Almost didn't get the out, but she got there in time. Shortstop flipped it over to her for the out. So Ty's on first, Henry's on third. That brings up Brenner. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a strike. Throw down to third base to try and pick Henry off is not in time. So Brenner's got runners at second and third, 1 out.
Go, Brenner. Come on, babe.
6-0 Pirates. I thought it was only 5-0, folks, but it's 6. Here's the pitch. Brenner swings and misses at that one. He wanted that one, but that was at his chin. I know he didn't want to walk. That's why he swung at it. We here at KNOW, we love Brenner's aggression at the plate. Here's the pitch. That is behind Brenner and to the screen. Henry very wisely does not go. Like I said, the screen is really short. Sometime when it bounces all around like this, you can score on that. Uh-oh. I think the catcher's hurt.
Oh.
Looks like she hurt her hand.
Is she crying?
Catcher, she's been tough. Tell you what, folks, she has been tough.
Good job,
I think her
Cat.
hand. I think something probably hit her hand hard. So we're going to have a catching change here. Little break in the action.
Listen to your uncle.
All right, 1 out here, folks. Runners on second and third. Brenner's got 2 strikes on him. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Get him, Chad.
Brenner's going to be protecting the plate. Brenner hits that one into the hole on the right side. He's going to be safe. Henry scores. He slides across home, even though there was no play. But he still slides across home. And Ty slides in safely as well. Brenner advances to second base on that throw. So good heads-up base running there by the Pirates, taking advantage of, I mean, I hate to say it, but taking advantage of the sleepiness of that defense. Sleepy D, that's what we call it here on KNOW, your home for Pirates baseball. 2 runs on the board. Will swings, fouls that one, but caught by the catcher. He had to wait for a long time for that. He was still out in front of it. It looks like Will has got some new cleats, so he may not be looking for a shoe deal anymore. I don't know if he ever was, but I like those new cleats. He hits that one, chopper to second base. She is unable to come up with it. Brenner scores, and Will is safe at first base. So 9-0 Pirates. That brings up Luke Lunar Landers, a.k.a. the White Michael Jordan, a.k.a. the White Scottie Pippen, a.k.a. the White Dennis Rodman. He got the triple threat last tournament. He had the most rebounds, he had an assist, and he's number 23. So he got all 3 of them in there. All right, Will's on second. Stole on that last pitch. Luke Lunar Landers is up. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball 2. Will takes his lead. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs for ball 3. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. That is behind Luke for ball 4. That brings up Travis. We're still looking for a nickname for Travis. If you got anything good, let me know. I'm all ears. Travis squares around a bunt. It's a fake bunt. Yeah, there's a play on. Third baseman did not crash, so I don't know. I might look to bunt down the third base line. I think that's an easy base hit right there. Here's the pitch. Travis hits that right back to the pitcher. He fields it, throws to first, gets past the first baseman, and Will's going to score. There's going to be a throw home. Throws it to third, not in time, and Travis advances to second. So Will scores on that play. Luke's at third. Travis is at second. That brings up KP, Kelby Pittman. Kelby looking to hit one hard. Swing and a miss for strike 1. A little bit high on that one. Probably wishes he had that swing back, but he still got 2 strikes to work with. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. It's inside for ball 1. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That one hit Kelby. He's not crying because he wants to be on the team. It's amazing what a little bit of motivation will do for these boys. All right, that brings up Henry. He comes up with the bases loaded, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Luke slides in safely. So Henry checked his swing, but it was a strike. So 1-0-1 count. Runners on second and third now. Henry had a little bloop single, 2 RBI bloop single first time up. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball 1. Well, folks, as I look out in the center field, there's another field behind ours, and they're practicing because, you know, they look like they're probably 8. Why wouldn't you be practicing baseball at 9 o'clock on a Friday night if you're 8 years old? Here's the pitch. It's on the outside corner for strike 2. But they're practicing headfirst sliding, and I think that they may have taken some lessons from Luke, or maybe Luke and these kids all take their lessons from the same guy on how to slide headfirst. Here's the pitch. That one's upstairs. Uh-oh, looks like we might have a rundown, folks. And they got him out. So Travis kind of got caught in no man's land. That ball bounced back hard. I told you the screen is really short. The ball bounced back hard. Catcher made a good play. Caught Travis. So now Henry's up. Started the at-bat, bases loaded, 1 out. He's going to take this pitch with 2 outs and a runner on second base. But 1 run on the board. Good kind of head first slide there by Kelby. Here's the pitch. Henry pops that one foul. Two count, 2 outs, runner on second base. Here's the pitch. That one's behind Henry. He wanted to let that hit him, but he didn't. He ducked instead. But he didn't duck all the way down. Full count.
Give it a ride, Hen. Come on, babe.
Here's the pitch. That one is in the dirt for ball 4. Gets to the screen. Kelby advances on the play.
Let's go, Preston. Go, Preston.
All right, that brings up Preston, a.k.a. the Lumberjack, still looking for a shoe deal. Henry takes off. That one hits Preston. That is the most amazing hit by a pitch that I've seen. Preston dug down. His head was below his knees, and the ball hit him in the helmet. That was amazing, folks. That brings up Dash. He fouls that one off. I'm still in awe. I'll tell you what, if you want to be amazed, come out and watch some 11U baseball because you'll see things you thought you would never see. 0-1 here to Dash. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt for ball 1.
Let's go, Dash.
1-1 count. Bases loaded for Dash. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs for ball 2. Two one. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Top of the second. Here's the pitch. Dash hits that one hard in the hole. That's going to be in there for at least 1. Yeah, he's going to get to second. So Dash with a stand-up double. Stand-up 2 RBI double. He smoked that one, folks. And the coach didn't like how the right fielder played that one, so he's subbing him out. That brings up Clint. Clint got hit in the heel earlier this inning. Here's the pitch. That's on the outside corner for strike one. That was Dash's second at bat. So Dash is 1 for 1 in his 2 plate appearances this inning. He got walked the first one, and he smoked a 2 RBI double that second one. Clint is still 0 for 0 with a hit by a pitch this inning. He hits that one off the end of the bat, got way out in front of it, hits it to first base. First baseman fields it and gets the third out of the inning. So Pirates score a lot of runs on a lot of hits. We head into the bottom half of the second inning. Pirates 13, Legacy 0. All right, folks, we got some defensive changes here for the Pirates. Travis has made his way out onto the mound. It looks like Travis has a new glove. I'm going to ask his dad about that. It's a cool-looking glove. I don't think it's the A2000. Maybe it is. But it's cool. Luke's behind the plate. Preston is at first. Clint still looks like that heel might be hurting him a little bit. He's at second. Dash is at short. We don't have a third baseman. Ty's in left. Parker's in center. Kelby's in right. And Will has made his way out to third base. So we got a third baseman, folks. Mist is still coming down out here in Texas, deep in the heart of Texas. I think this may be, I don't know what the run rule is, folks, but this may be the last at bat for this team. Certainly, if the Pirates can hold them to 0 runs, they're not going to get too many more at-bats. We've been playing for about 45 minutes now. These games are an hour and 30 or an hour and 40. I'm not quite sure. Good throw down there by Luke. If they're being used. All right, folks, we're back in the action. Here's Travis's first pitch, swing and a miss for strike one. That's in there for ball one. That one's fouled off down the third baseline into the, well, not into the Pirates dugout, but it hit the Pirates dugout. No, I don't want y'all all over. That field's being used, so no. The answer is no. Okay? You can go down to the cages. Here's the pitch. That's hit right to Brenner. No, sorry, right to Dash at short. Makes a good play. Fires it over to first base for the first out of the inning. Pirates trying to go around the horn for the second time tonight, and they do it. How about it, boys? They've now successfully gone around the horn twice tonight, once in the first game, once this game. The pitch is in the dirt for ball one. Here's the pitch. Foul tip. Caught by Luke for strike one. Would have been strike one regardless of whether Luke caught it. I was just letting the viewing audience know that he did catch it. Travis looks in. Here's the pitch. Change up. Strike two. That was a good sequence right there. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt for ball 2. Good pitch sequence there by Travis. Got the heater past him and then came back with a changeup. The kid was way out in front. Here's the pitch. That is outside for ball 3. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Another changeup there, folks. So we're going around the horn again. I'm not going to call that one successful because we bounced the first throw, but we took it around the horn nonetheless. Here's the pitch. That looked good, but not called a strike. 2 outs here for Travis. Travis looks in. He covers his whole face when he looks in. That's in the dirt for ball 2. I love it. It's the patented Travis look.
Let's go, babe.
Travis with a deep breath. We're still looking for a nickname for Travis. Here's the pitch. Tried throwing the changeup there. Just didn't get it over the plate. Travis comes set. Here's the pitch. That is fouled off for strike 1. Pretty sure that was 3-0 swinging. No, it's 2-0. So 2-1. Nope, I was right. It was 3-0. 3-1. So he was swinging 3-0, which I guess if you're down 13-0, why not? Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on the changeup. That changeup's pretty nasty. And he's confident in it. He's throwing it for a strike. Let's see what he comes back with. I don't know, I might throw that pitch again. And he did. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Luke drops it. He throws it to first and gets the 3rd out of the inning. So that is the ball game, folks. Thanks for joining us. We'll be out here Sunday. I'm not sure what time yet, but we got 2 days to tell you what time. Pirates win 13-0. They're 2-0 on the evening. Thanks for joining us for Friday Night Lights.